Hi, I'm Jane Simpson. I work for Rochdale Borough Council and I'm the Head of Safeguarding and Practice Assurance. I've had personal experience about putting a family member in a care home. It was my mum, and wanted to be able to share some of that experience with you to help you choose one for yours.
Hello, I'm Andrea Dutton. I'm an ex-nurse. I now work as a Project Implementation Officer at Rochdale Council. I have personal experience of having to place my father-in-law and my mother-in-law both in a care home.
Can you tell us about how you found choosing a care home emotionally?
I can honestly say choosing a care home for a loved one is going to be the hardest thing you have to do. It's such an emotional roller coaster because it's a decision that's going to affect the rest of their life. I don't know how you found it.
We felt the same. It is a big decision that you make, but I also think there's a lot of guilt there as well, because you feel that it's your duty to look after your relatives and your loved ones, and you feel that in a way that you've failed, and it's not something that you choose to do, it's something through circumstances in life and their health that you have to do. And I found that really, really difficult. Because I always felt that we would be able and capable to look after our relatives, but when the circumstances changed and we had to make that decision, I did feel that it was very emotionally unsettling, and I must admit, you know, I'm a human being, and I did cry, and I found it really sad time, because you are uprooting them from your home, their home, their family environment, and putting them into, it is an alien environment, but you want to feel that that environment is going to be right for them and right for you.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's an incredibly hard decision, and I think as long as people understand that emotion they're feeling, everyone who's having to put a loved one in the care home actually goes through the same thing.
Yes.
Just accept that. Well, first thing for me was having to check out on the CQC website, because my mum wasn't being placed locally, it was down south. So that was the first point to get an idea of what those care homes were being inspected as. That was my starting point.
Our starting point is that we were given a list, and I then went on to look at the CQC website, and we started to work our way through that list, and that can be quite challenging, because you're moving from one side of a borough to the other, and for me one of the things was thinking about what my father-in-law and what my mother-in-law were like as individuals. And some of the care homes, you know, there's 60 residents, some of them there's 30, some of them there's 16, and I think you instinctively know about their personality and what would be right for them for the size of the home. I suppose one of the other things as well was that on instinct, what we felt when we walked in, and I think that was quite powerful. What did you feel?
I think you're absolutely right. I think it's easy to get hung up on the big shiny new builds, but actually it doesn't matter so much what the actual building looks like. It's to do with the people. It's the people who make the home. So it's how are the care staff, how are you greeted at the door, how are you shown around, how welcoming are they? And for me, it was watching care staff interact with residents, and it felt really natural for the care home that we eventually chose. And there were some I went in that I just thought wasn't going to be right. They were too regimented, maybe right for some, but not my mum. And the other thing to bear in mind is that your loved one's personal interests. Like I say, for my mum, she loved dancing. So when I went in and I saw on the board of the care home that one of the activities was tea dance, I just knew that was going to be right up her street, and so it turned out. Another thing for my mum is that she is obsessed with owls, and there were owls everywhere. And when we turned up at the care home, like I said, this is in Devon, it's not locally, there was an owl aviary in the garden at the front, and that just felt right.
Yes, I understand what you're saying there, because both of my in-laws liked animals, and some of the homes had a cat, or some of the carers would bring a dog in for maybe a couple of hours a couple of hours a day to actually go in and be amongst the residents, which is really nice, because you want something that is just like a home where they feel comfortable, and especially if they like animals, they are going to feel a little bit isolated. The other thing that we did as well is, like you, we looked on the board where the activities were, and sometimes they have children coming in from the school to do some singing, they have the church coming in, all denominations. There were also bingo, there was also storytelling about the history of the borough, or where you could take photographs in of the family, and for people to talk about the history and what they did and what were their job. And so I think it was that getting that feel for where they were being treated as an individual, and where they could be brought out of themselves despite their circumstances, that it felt right for them.
Completely. It's about knowing that there's going to be little bits of joy for them within that care home. That's something that they'll be able to connect with.
Yeah. And also for you, and for me, knowing that we feel that they're secure there, and that we're happy about them being there.
Yeah, completely. I think what I would have found helpful was having all the information about how to choose a care home in one place. Again, my experience wasn't in this borough. I wasn't given any information, and it was a case of being a Google queen to find out what was available locally and trying to work out what I was looking for. So if I knew I could go to somewhere where, a website where all the things that I should be considering is in one place, and a checklist that would actually help me guide myself about what I should be looking for, I think would have been hugely helpful.
I think the other thing that would have been helpful as well for us was actually understanding actually where across the borough all the care homes were, because there are so many of them, and they are scattered about, and it's also that understanding of how you're going to get there as well. So I think that would be quite useful.
Yeah, because it's not the same for every single person. The situation is different. My needs, being a car driver, wanting a car park, would be very different from someone who's having to get to a care home by bus and needing to make sure the care home is on the main bus route. So you're right, it's about thinking about what it is that's going to make it right for that person and for yourself as the person who's going to be visiting. Okay. If you're watching this video, that means that you have found us on the council website. Hopefully you'll find the page that you're on full of helpful information to help you pick the right care home for your loved one. Checklists, instructions, links, all the things you'll need to make sure that you're making the right choice for your loved one. If you're not sure, don't hesitate to call Adult Care and ask to speak to a social worker or anyone who can direct you. 0300 303 8886. The details will be on the screen, probably below this video. Thank you.